How strange.
Hear ye,
It seems to me that I have met you before, traveler. Well, great are the mysteries of time and space. Oh, please forgive my rudeness, son of patience. I have not even greeted you yet. Welcome, friend. Take a seat on my humble rods and enjoy a pipe in peace.
Who are you?
My name is Abu Jin ibn Jadir ibn Omar Khalid bin Haji al-Sharidi. I am a seer and a prophet, an astrologer and a purveyor of tobacco.
What kind of tobacco do you offer?
My pipes are filled with spicy, refreshing apple tobacco. Help yourself whenever you want, son of adventure.
Do you have other tobacco as well?
I offer only the very best tobacco. This apple blend is a symphony from my homeland, the Southern Isles. But of course, I'm always open to trying a different sort of tobacco. If somebody should succeed in producing a really good tobacco.
How's that done?
Start with my apple tobacco as a basis, and then try combining it with another ingredient. This is done at an alchemist's bench, provided you know the essentials of alchemy.
Where can I get apple tobacco?
I shall give you 2 portions. It is up to you, in your wisdom, to do with them whatever you want. If you crave more, then direct your steps towards Zuris, the master of potions. He produces this tobacco, and he sells it too.
Can you make me a prophecy?
My services are yours for a modest fee, oh father of generosity.
How much do you want?
For a paltry 25 coins. I shall risk a glance through time for you. But remember, the future is always uncertain. All I can do is glimpse some fragments of time.
Tell me about the future.
All right, seeker of knowledge. I shall now enter a state of trance. Are you ready? Orcs. They are guarding an entry, an old tunnel, the Valley of Mines. Men in shining armor. A magician. Your friend is with them. He is waiting for you. Fire! An attack! A mighty creature. The flames, many shall die. What is that? A city. Ruins. Quarhodron in Jarkandar. He is summoned. Quarhodron in Jarkandar. I'm sorry. The vision is over. There's nothing more I can see.
Can you make me another prophecy?
Oh, son of the mysterious future. It is not within my power to lift the veil of time. Only when time sends me another omen shall I be able to see for you again.
When will that be?
When the future has become present, and you have continued your journey.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the security measures for the guards on the gates are ordered to interpret the law in the strictest sense in order to prevent unauthorized
Lord Andre is
entry.
springing for a few barrels of free beer.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, as long as the Paladins don't have any new assignments for me, I can have myself a couple of beers here. What more could you ask?
You're working for the Paladins?
Well, yeah, I report to them on the situation in the city. At the moment, everything is quiet.
How are things with the orcs?
No reason to worry. We in the city guard and the Paladins have everything under control. Go home and let us do our work. We're watching over the town and its citizens. Oh.
Would you like another beer?
There's nothing better than a cool ale.
You were about to say something about the orcs.
Oh, yeah, right. The orcs are absolutely no threat to the city. They're stuck in the Valley of Mines, and the pass is held by the paladins. Not even a meat bug could get through there.
Would you like another beer?
Well, I won't say no to a decent pint.
They've even spotted an orc outside of town.
Yeah, right. The dangerous orc outside the city. A real monster of an orc. Well, he's bound to attack the city soon. Listen, we'll kick that fat orc in his fat ass if he comes too close to the city. Got it?
I see. Would you like another beer?
A tasty bitter ale is absolutely the best. You know, you don't often meet someone who'll treat you to a beer. You're all right.
Hear ye,
Hey, you.
inhabitants of Corinus. By the
What are you doing
order
here?
of the
I'm
Honorable
a
Lord
novice
Hagen,
from the
the
monastery.
following decree
I run
is hereby
errands for the
enacted.
magicians and
By
also the
reason of the imminent
paladins.
danger of an
I
attack
have
by
provided the
orcs,
3
each
innkeepers in
inhabitant
the
of
city with
is to
wine from the
prepare
monastery.
himself accordingly. Everyone is to begin
Who are the
training in the
3
skills of
innkeepers?
combat
One of them is the
immediately,
good man
and to
here
arm
behind
himself
the bar.
appropriately.
Then there is Kerrigan, who has his tavern on the Temple Square, and Cardiff, the owner of the tavern in the Harbor District.
What can you tell me about the monastery?
We novices seek enlightenment in prayer to Innos and learn the principles of faith from the magicians. We serve them as we serve Innos and prepare ourselves for the union with the fire.
Well, take me to the monastery.
Forget it. Do you know how many creatures I had to evade on the way? When I think of all those bloodflies, wolves, and goblins, I'm glad that I don't have to leave here anymore. Besides, you can't enter the monastery anyway.
Why not?
Entrance is only permitted to magicians, paladins, and novices.
How can I become a novice?
If a man feels the deep desire,
Hey, just tell me what the conditions are.
you need the offerings, a sheep and 1,000 gold pieces.
How am I supposed to get that much gold?
Since you obviously don't know anyone who would pay that for you, you'll simply have to go to work.
Where can I find a sheep?
From the farmers, of course, but you won't get one for nothing.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. By reason of the imminent danger of an attack by orcs, each inhabitant of the city is to prepare himself accordingly. Everyone is to begin training in the skills of combat immediately and to arm himself
Someone's gonna do
appropriately.
the work. Who says things like that? Everybody knows by now. You don't say. That's not what I heard.
He'd better shut up.
That's not what my husband thinks.
What can I do for you? Are you seeking spiritual comfort? Do you want to direct a prayer to our Lord Innos, or donate some gold for his church?
And he works all day, too.
I've come to get your blessing.
That's good.
can't keep anything
That's
to
good.
himself.
Then you will probably want to donate gold to the Holy Church of Innos, won't you?
Actually, I
That's
wanted your
not what I
blessing
heard.
so I can sign on as an apprentice in the lower part of
He
town.
works
But
all day,
my
too.
son,
Without a modest donation to the church, it is impossible for me to bless you. How else can I be certain of your good intentions toward the Holy Church of Innos?
Who says things like that?
So, how much does a donation usually run to here?
Well, that depends on what percentage you want to give, son. Let me see how much you brought. You're a poor soul, ain't you? Keep the little you have.
That's not what I heard.
Really? How interesting.
Where do you come from?
I come from the monastery of the magicians, which lies in the mountains.
I won't tell her a thing.
We accept everyone there who is pure of heart and feels the desire to serve our almighty Lord in
But it's
us.
gonna get even worse.
And it's going to get even worse.
I want to make a donation,
Who says things like that?
but I didn't bring enough
How
gold.
interesting.
That doesn't matter, my son. You can also donate as much as you want later.
I don't believe that.
I need to talk to the paladins. Can you help me get to them?
Well, you need access to the upper end of town. However, this is allowed only to citizens and the city guard.
Who says
And of
things
course,
like that?
to us, magicians of fire.
How can I become a fire magician?
You must join our order as a novice. When you have served for a time, perhaps you will be accepted into the ranks of the magicians.
Even worse.
However, the path to acceptance is long and full of work and study.
And it's going to get even worse.
Who says things
Tell me more about the monastery.
We instruct our students in all forms of magic, but the arts of the magicians of fire consist of more than these alone. We are also well versed in the art of alchemy and in the creation of powerful runes.
Take care of it.
We also make excellent wine.
He simply talks too much.
What are you doing in town?
I have discussions with the paladins and support the citizens with my advice and with helpful words. Particularly in these difficult times, it is our duty to be there for the people and to help the poor.
Everybody knows by now.
I am poor.
So,
Really, how interesting.
you are impoverished. No wonder in these times.
can't
Take
get
this
any
gold. It should help you. But you should
Who
look
says
for
things like
work. Then you will see how quickly gold comes to you. And then you may give to the Church of Innos as she has given to you.
Said.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Tell me about Innos.
Innos, our almighty Lord, is the light and the fire. He chooses humans to be his tool, giving them magic and laws. We act in his name. We administer justice according to his will and preach his word.
That's not what I heard.
These are bad times.
And he...
Really? How interesting.
I want to make a donation.
He'd better shut up.
I bless you in the name of Innos, for he is light and righteousness.
From now on.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Someone's got to do the work.
I'm Zurus, master of potions. Do you need an essence of healing or a magic elixir? Then you've come to the right place.
But that's terrible.
Do you brew your own potions?
No, I either get them from the monastery or I buy them from Constantino, the
Don't say.
alchemist. If you're interested in brewing potions, then talk to him.
I don't
He needs an assistant. But he's too pig-headed to hire someone himself. He's just as stubborn as a mule. He always passes me when he goes out on the East Gate to collect plants for his potions.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Where exactly does Constantino gather his herbs?
He always goes through the eastern city gate here and then disappears into the wilderness to the left. He once told me that just about everything grows there, except for King Sorrel.
Who says things like that?
Has Constantino ever told you where to find King Sorrel?
I once heard him say that the stuff grows near stone circles. Near Lobart's farm. That's a farm near the other gate. There's one of those stone circles. I think it's on a hill. It used to be a grave or something.
I don't believe that.
Where can I find Constantino?
His chambers are in a tunnel near Herod's smithy. Shouldn't be hard to find.
These are bad times.
You don't say.
That's an open secret.
He simply talks too much.
That's an open secret.
I am Hacker, the weapons dealer.
Really?
Every man should carry a weapon these days, especially when venturing outside of the city walls.
He had better.
Tell me more about the area around the city.
It's gotten too dangerous out there. Because of the bandits, for one thing.
That's terrible.
And also on account of wild beasts. Even the animals don't seem to get enough to eat in these crappy times. They're venturing closer to the city all the time.
Do you know anything about the Paladins?
Yes. Those guys are ruining my business. All you can buy in this entire town is a short sword at most. They've helped themselves to anything that's longer than 1.5 feet. In return, I now get to live in the hotel free of charge.
You better shut up.
Where do you get your weapons from?
Harad the smith has been my supplier up to now. Now all he does is make stuff for the Paladins. He works for those guys day and night like a madman, without pay. He thinks it's his duty. All I can offer you now is my remaining stock.
He'd better shut up.
What do you know about the disappearances of the citizens of Corinus?
I have seen many pass through the eastern city gate. Some of those who came I had never seen before in my life. And many of those who went out never came back. But what happened the other day was really quite strange. There was this fellow who came here. I think his name is Joe. He bragged that he would soon come into some serious money. He claimed that he knew how to get into one of the city towers where the militia keep their arms. I haven't seen him since, even though I used to bump into him around the same time every day. I reported this to the militia. I thought that maybe he had been caught and thrown into the dungeon, but Lord Andre had no idea what I was talking about. He didn't even know the fella.
What do you know about the bandits?
What do I know about them? They robbed me on my way to the city, and I'm not the only one. They've been up to their tricks for quite a while. The militia tried to track them down, but without any success.
Do you know who in the militia took part in the search?
The fellow's name is Pablo. He and a few others went looking for the bandits, but they didn't find them.
Do you know where I can find Pablo?
He patrols around the city. You'll find him either at the Temple Square or in the lower part of town.
Really, how insistent with my own eyes.
Where did they hold you up?
Near Akil's farm. Just go out of the city gate from here. Follow the road to the right. After a while, you'll get to a few steps. The bastards came from there. I bet they have their hideout back there in the woods.
Someone better shut up.
I'll deal with it.
What? You want to take on the bandits? By yourself?
That's what I've
You're quite a good fighter, huh?
How much is the matter worth to you?
That's a dangerous business. Well, it's all right with me.
That's what I've even worse.
I'll pay you 100 gold pieces if you defeat the bandits.
Show me your wares.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Go away, don't tell me that.
He had better shut up.